The world just lost one of its loudest, wildest, and most unforgettable voices. Ozzy Osbourne has passed away at 76, surrounded by his family and their love. And as fans flood the internet with tributes, memories, and heartbreak, many are left asking, did he know this moment was coming?
Unfortunately, we've come to our final song ever.
Just a few weeks earlier, on July 5th, Ozzy took the stage at Villa Park in his beloved hometown of Birmingham during Black Sabbath's farewell event, Back to the Beginning. He hadn't performed live in years, his body worn down by Parkinson's, complications from his 2019 fall and an old quad bike accident, 3 surgeries, endless physical therapy, and relentless back pain. But Ozzy still took the stage like royalty. He arrived that night, unable to walk or stand, so he was seated on a gothic bat throne. The rocker delivered a 5-song solo set, followed by a reunion with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward for the first time in 2 decades. His voice, his spirit, they never wavered. And one of the most emotional moments? When Ozzy spoke directly to the crowd and said,
Your support over the years has made it all possible for us to live a lifestyle we live. Thank you from the bottom of our heart.
Some say they saw tears in his eyes. Others say they cried themselves. Because deep down, everyone knew this might be the last time. And then, just after Ozzy stepped off stage, something beautiful happened. His daughter, Kelly Osbourne, was proposed to by her longtime partner and Slipknot rocker, Sid Wilson. The father, visibly emotional, paused, squinted at the ring, and then burst out laughing.
You're not marrying my daughter.
That was pure Ozzy, raw, funny, chaotic, emotional. He could provoke even in the softest situations. It's what made him unforgettable. Long before he was the family man with a hit reality show, The Osbournes, he was the wild-eyed frontman who changed music forever. Ozzy's journey started in the early 1970s, when he blasted through the rock world with Black Sabbath. Tracks like Paranoid, War Pigs, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath weren't just hits, they were revolutions. He was dark. He was everything parents feared, and teens adored. Osbourne's solo career only added to the legend, with a string of genre-defining releases. It turned him into one of the best-selling music acts of all time, with over 100 million records sold and 5 Grammys. The star was inducted into the UK Music Hall of Fame in 2005, as well as into the American Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, first with Black Sabbath in 2006, and then again in 2024 as a solo artist.
My fans have been so loyal to me over the years, I cannot thank them enough.
In recent years, he disappeared from the stage. Ozzy announced he was retiring from touring, citing that despite his singing voice being fine, his body, after stem cell therapy, rehabilitation, and countless setbacks, was no longer physically capable.
Well, I've been touring the world for something like getting on 50 years now.
It's 50 years this year.
I've never seen my kids grow up. Now I've got grandchildren. I want to spend some time with them.
In fact, the man who once bit the head off a bat on stage was fighting just to get out of bed, but he never gave up. I have made it to 2025. I may be moaning that I can't walk, but I look down the road and there's people that didn't do half as much as me and didn't make it. And through it all, his family was the strength that kept him going.
The thought of not being with him is just unthinkable.
He was surrounded by his wife, Sharon, his partner in chaos and his manager of 43 years, and their children Jack, Kelly, and Amy. Ozzy also had 3 kids from his first marriage to Thelma Riley, Jessica, Lewis, and a legally adopted Elliot. He was a proud grandfather 10 times over. In fact, this Brit was never just the face of heavy metal. Osbourne was the father who wrote My Little Man for his son Jack and sang I'll Always Be Your Angel to Amy, and the rock star who, despite making headlines, taught vulnerability and survival. He had a special bond with Kelly, who spent her pregnancy with Ozzy and wanted to be there as much as she could. I just hung out with my dad for 9 months and it was great. He's also like my best friend. He donated millions over the years to mental health foundations, addiction recovery centers, and Parkinson's research, all quietly. Because he didn't need the spotlight for that part. He just wanted to help others find the light.
I just do what I do. I try and be a nice guy. I try and help people out.
He himself beat addiction and the odds, and became something more than a frontman for Black Sabbath. He became a cultural icon. A man who cried watching Disney movies with his kids. A man who wrote love letters to Sharon from rehab. In fact, Ozzy credited her with saving his life more than once. As he told writer Brian Appleyard, "If it wasn't for Sharon, I'd be long dead." In the wake of his passing, tributes from friends, family, and legends of the music world have poured in.
This guy just walked out and said madness followed him. The eulogy for Ozzy should be written by the fans.
Fans have been leaving flowers at his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Los Angeles, as well as on a bench in his memory in Birmingham, and Ozzy's music could be heard across his native city.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Black Sabbath posted a simple yet powerful farewell. Ozzy forever, alongside photos from July 5th. Tony Iommi, Ozzy's longtime bandmate and closest musical soul, added, "There won't ever be another like him. Geezer, Bill, and myself have lost our brother." Metallica, who joined them on stage during the final show, shared an emotional tribute on X. Hero, icon, pioneer, inspiration, mentor, and most of all, friend. He taught us how to play in the big leagues while at the same time being warm, welcoming, engaging, and all-around brilliant. Led Zeppelin's Robert Plant paid tribute with raw, poetic words. "Farewell, Ozzy. What a journey. Sail on up there, finally at peace. You truly changed the planet of rock." Fellow Birmingham band Duran Duran remembered the legend on Instagram. Ozzy brought so much joy, humor, and raw power to the world in a life of many chapters. Ozzy was a cat who had way more than 9 lives. Thanks for the ride, Ozzy. Love from the other Brummies. Aerosmith called him our brother in rock, saying he changed music forever. Green Day frontman Billie Joe Armstrong posted a black and white photo of Osbourne on Instagram with a brief but heartfelt caption, "No words. We love you, Ozzy." Elton John, who famously collaborated with Osbourne on Ordinary Man, shared touching words alongside a photo of the two. He was a dear friend and a huge trailblazer who secured his place in the pantheon of rock gods, a true legend. He was also one of the funniest people I've ever met. I will miss him dearly. Rod Stewart, another icon from Britain's golden era of rock, posted his own emotional statement. "Bye-bye, Ozzy. Sleep well. I'll see you up there. Later, rather than sooner." Jason Momoa, a longtime fan, shared a photo with Ozzy and Sharon, writing simply that he was grateful to have met them. And artists from newer generations paid respects too, recognizing his huge influence. Post Malone, who collaborated with Ozzy in recent years, said, "He gave me the confidence to be strange. He made weird feel powerful. Rest easy, King." Youngblood, who recently performed alongside him, wrote, "You asked me once if there was anything you could do for me, and as I said then, and as I will say now, for all of us, the music was enough. You took us on your adventure, an adventure that started it all. He gave everything, his art, his body, his vulnerability, to rock. And rock will never be the same again. Rest easy, Ozzy. You were the madness and the magic, and we'll never forget. The Prince of Darkness is forever a king."